For today's headlines, one more attempt at 3-day Vax run. Pick Noche Buena brands with low prices. Cops face charges for killing activist. NBP constructs control gate before reopening road. Pinatubo eruption strikes fear anew. Google Nixes 2022 polls ads. Twitter bans photo sharing without consent. Good morning, I am Venice Bautista and you are watching Tribune News on Q. Today is December 2, 2021, and here are the latest news of this Thursday morning. The government is eyeing another 3-day national vaccination run in mid-December amid fears of the newly discovered COVID-19 Omicron variant, Malacanang disclosed on Wednesday. Cabinet Secretary Carlo Nograles said the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases may push through with the initiative on 15 to 17 of December in his interview with ANC. He added that the reason for all of this is again to add to the defense against Omicron and whatever variants there are. The government held its first massive 3-day inoculation drive from 29 November to 1 of December in an effort to boost its immunization efforts by administering 3 million vaccine doses daily. State records, however, showed that the country missed its daily target in the first 2 days of the vaccination drive. Nograles, along with Presidential Advisor for COVID-19 Response Secretary Vince Dizon, admitted that the country only administered 2.7 million jabs on November 29. On the other hand, 2.2 individuals have been vaccinated on 30th of November based on data from the National COVID-19 Vaccination Dashboard. Despite falling short of its 3 million target vaccinations, Nograles expressed optimism that numbers would increase in the coming days as there are still a lot of people who would encourage to get vaccinated. Dizon, in a separate interview with CNN Philippines, attributed the missed target to challenges on logistics and information campaigns. Some local government units also reportedly failed to accommodate their citizens who did not pre-register online. Authorities are aiming to fully vaccinate a total of 54 million Filipinos by the end of the year to attain population protection against coronavirus. Although there are brands of Noche Buena products that have raised their prices in time for the holiday season, Trade Secretary Ramon Lopez reminded consumers they have the right to look for products that are priced reasonably and economically. Lopez said we cannot hide the fact that some raw materials have indeed plummeted in terms of pricing, so some prices have to raise their prices. But right now, no further price adjustment will take place toward Christmas. For this year's Noche Buena suggested retail price, or SRP, list, 110 of shelf-keeping units kept last year's prices, while 20 other items saw price reductions. Additionally, the list includes the suggested retail prices for Christmas products in a variety of sizes, allowing the public to shop according to their preference and need. The trade chief further stressed customers have more than 130 products to choose from, more than half of which have not raised their prices. And that's why they have decided to promote these products, including ham, queso de bola, cheese, sandwich spread, mayonnaise, spaghetti noodles, elbow and salad macaroni, spaghetti sauce, tomato sauce, and all-purpose cream. Meanwhile, he urged the public to always bring with them a copy of the updated SRP list or regularly check their websites when buying Noche Buena products from supermarkets. And under the said law, those found guilty of manipulating the price of prime commodities or basic necessities will face a penalty of 5 years to 15 years imprisonment or a fine of 5,000 pesos to 2 million pesos, while a year to 10 years imprisonment and a fine of 5,000 pesos to 1 million pesos is the penalty for violating the set price ceiling. Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara yesterday revealed murder charges have been recommended against law enforcers for the death of activist Emmanuel Asuncion, Secretary General of Bagong Alyansang Makabayan in Cavite, during the March 7 joint police-military operations in southern Luzon against suspected communist rebels. 9 activists were killed in the Sunday raids that also injured several persons. Guevara said the recommendation to file a murder case was made by the Special Investigating Team of the Interagency Committee on Extralegal Killings and Enforced Disappearances, Torture, and other grave violations of the right of life, liberty, and security of persons. The Justice Chief ordered the investigation of the killings by the Interagency Committee, and also being investigated were the killings of Chay and Ariel Evangelista of the Ugnayan ng Mamamayan laban sa pagwawasak ng kalikasan at kalupaan. Guevara said that the NBI is winding up its interviews of witnesses and the SIT report will be out in about 2 weeks. However, he said the Interagency Committee has not probed the deaths of cousins Puroy and Randy de la Cruz, Indigenous people's rights advocates who were also killed last March 7. The joint police-military operations were conducted to ferret out suspected communist rebels in Cavite, Laguna, Rizal, and Batangas provinces. However, in the service of the search warrants, 9 persons died and several others were injured. The incident was then dubbed as Bloody Sunday by several human rights groups. Tribune News on Q will be back after these short reminders.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Christmas saya, pagsama-sama.
Bong, yung naumpisahan ko, tapusin mo. Mga bagong highway, tulay, tren, dapat ma-enjoy na kaagad ng mga tao yan. Kailangan lahat bakunado at laging may ayuda pag kailangan. Huwag dapat makabalik ang mga drug lords para ligtas ang pamilya. Yung ginawa mong malasakit centers, maganda yan. Padamihin mo pa. Magkasama tayo. Tayo ang nagsimula, tuloy-tuloy lang, Bong.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Christmas saya, pagsama-sama.
We're back on Tribune News on Q. The Bureau of Corrections will be setting up a control gate before it removes a roadblock that limited access to a road by residents living around the new Bilibid Prison Reservation in Muntinlupa City. Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara said that after consultations with the Department of Justice, Bucor will remove the roadblock as soon as a control gate, which was the original plan, has been put up. However, pedestrians can pass through the road for the meantime. An entry to a village and 2 schools was limited after an access road was blocked on 26 of November, drawing the ire of residents and the Muntinlupa City local government. The Muntinlupa City Council even declared Bucor Director General Gerald Q. Bantag persona non grata for being an unwanted person in the city. Guevara said DG Bantag has respectfully requested the Sangguniang Lungsod ng Muntinlupa to reconsider its resolution declaring him persona non grata. The Justice Chief met with Bucor Deputy Director General Gabriel P. Chaklag and discussed the controversial roadblock. Bucor justified the road closure of the access road of Katarungan Village in response to several incidents and reports on illegal activities perpetrated inside the NBP camp. Meanwhile, Muntinlupa City Councilor Raul Coros said the security issues Bucor raised in its decision to build a wall and close a road leading to a government housing project inside the MBP reservation should be discussed. The councilor said Bucor should sit down with the city government and affected residents to effectively address the security issues, and closing the road will not solve the problem. Residents of Zambales are once again feeling uneasy following the phreatic eruption that occurred at the Mount Pinatubo crater, striking fear into the hearts of those who witnessed firsthand the volcano's destructive power. Residents near the volcano have also taken to social media by posting the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology advisory with the hashtag prayers along with it. To recall, the PHIVOLCS on Tuesday confirmed a steam-driven explosion which produced a plume, and the agency is already assessing the recorded explosion to determine the source. Local officials have already posted warning advisories at their social media pages, citing that people near the area should not venture the vicinity of Mount Pinatubo. Officials here also assure that they are preparing for the worst, but hopes that nothing happens to Mount Pinatubo. The eruption, which occurred between 12:09 p.m. and 12:13 p.m., was also confirmed by AFP during ordnance disposal activities at the northern flank of the volcano. A 44,000-foot ash plume was also seen by AirAsia Captain Alges Las Marias during a flight on the said time and date. Visual reports stated that the ash plume drifted west. The agency is cautioning the public to refrain from venturing in the vicinities of Pinatubo volcano at this time, and local government units are advised to prohibit entry into Pinatubo crater as shallow phreatic or hydrothermal explosions, such as the event of today, can occur without warning. The search engine giant Google announced on Wednesday that it will not accept all electoral and political advertisements on all of its platforms during the campaign and silence periods in 2022. Such policy covers election ads purchased through Google Ads, display, Video 360, and shopping platforms that advertisers intend to place on Google, YouTube, and partner properties, Google said in a statement. Google said that it will focus its efforts and resources on upcoming election-related initiatives which aim to help people access useful and accurate information via product features and media literacy programs, encourage participation in the voting process, and help protect the integrity of the elections. This also includes advertisements that promote or oppose any political party or any person's candidacy or party for public office. Google also said that it will launch the election-related projects in the near future, including tools to assist people to locate correct information and encourage voting. The company said that notifications will be sent to advertisers affected by the policy update. And earlier this year, Google collaborated with the Commission on Elections, Molenlo Trena, and Dashboard Philippines on the hashtag Magparehistro Ka campaign, which included a voter registration website hosted on Google Cloud and promoted on Google's social media accounts. The official campaign periods for candidates running for president, vice president, senators, and party list groups will run from February 8 to May 7, 2022, according to the calendar set by the COMELEC. Tribune News on Q will be back. Stay with us.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Christmas saya, pagsama-sama. Hanap mo ba ay food to satisfy your cravings, essential products o ano paman? Sagot ka namin dito sa tindahan ni Tarsi. Halina't tuklasin, kilalanin at alamin ang kwento sa likod ng iba't ibang produkto at negosyo mula sa ating Pinoy local entrepreneurs na tiyak papatok sa'yo. Samahan natin si Tarsi simula November 16 na mapapanood sa programang Gising na mula alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune at TribuneNow on YouTube.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Mas masaya? Pagsama-sama!
You are still watching Tribune News on Q. Twitter launched new rules Tuesday blocking users from sharing private images of other people without their consent in a tightening of the network's policy. The change came the day after Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey announced he was leaving the company and handed CEO duties to company executive Parag Agrawal. Under the new rules, people who are not public figures can ask Twitter to take down pictures or videos of them that they report were posted without permission. Twitter said this policy does not apply to public figures or individuals when media and accompanying tweet text are shared in the public interest or add value to public discourse. The right of interest users to appeal to platforms when images or data about them are posted by third parties, especially for malicious purposes, has been debated for years. The company noted a disproportionate effect on women, activists, dissidents, and members of minority communities. High-profile examples of online harassment include the barrages of racist, sexist, and homophobic abuse on Twitch, the world's biggest video game streaming site. But instances of harassment abound, and victims must often wage lengthy fights to see hurtful, insulting, or illegally produced images of themselves removed from the online platforms. Some Twitter users pushed the company to clarify exactly how the tightened policy would work. And that wraps up the stories this morning. Before we go, we'd like to thank the following: the SM Store, Department of Tourism, Araneta City, MG Motors, Hina Motors, Security Bank, and Overseas Community Affairs Council member Alan Lin of Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Venice Bautista on Tribune News on Q, reminding you that we only have 23 days until Christmas. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, TribuneNow. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its Viber community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tarsito are available on our community Viber.